Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Indian Field. Game 2 of our doubleheader with the Herons. Varsity game coming up here in just a moment. I'm Adam Bell along with Sammy Hendricks. There you see the Blues and Coach Marchman headed to home plate for that pregame conference. Sammy shot me some stats over here, so let's run them down for you real quick as we head into the spring break schedule. Your Indians are 21-2 right now, 13-2 in the region. Brantley is 5-19 and 5-7 in their region. Coming up next for the Tribe, on Monday a doubleheader at Eccles, and then Tuesday senior night versus those same Wildcats. So we're going to open up spring break with a 3-game series versus the Wildcats. For Brantley on 4-8, which is Tuesday, they face Bacon, and then on 4-11 they face Bacon again in a doubleheader. Currently in the region, Irwin, Lanier, and Charlton all sitting at 13-2. Man, Sammy, that region that region series versus Irwin County, that is either going to determine a 1 seed or a 3 seed in a 3-game series. And Sammy's working on lineups over there, and I'm trying to include him in the conversation. I'm sorry, man. But that's going to be wild. Sammy's putting on the headset now. Sammy, did you catch all that?
I got it, and you're right. That's going to be a big 3-game series.
How big is that Irwin series, man, to close out the season?
Well, like you, Shaw, we go into that series. You could be after that week's over, you could be a first in the region, or you could be third in the region.
Yeah,
it's going to be a big region. Yeah.
I mean that
series.
It could be a major shift. We could have home field advantage or be on the road.
That's right.
In 3 games,
Yep.
So we need everybody in town up here on that doubleheader that Friday night versus the Indians. That's going to be intense. For the Herons, their region stands like this. They're currently a 4 seed in their region behind Jeff Davis, Fitzgerald, and Worth. So Brantley Herons, they need a good series versus Bacon next week to try to solidify their spot in that 4 seed.
Yeah, that'll be a big 3-game series for Brantley as well. I think they play at home on Tuesday against Bacon, and then on Friday they will go to Bacon for a doubleheader. So that's a big series for them as well.
It's going to be a big week closing out for both squads headed into the postseason. Another big series we're watching that you have wrote down here: Lanier versus Clinch next week.
Yep.
It pains me to say this, but I'm a Panther fan next week.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
We need the Panthers to come up big a couple of times next week versus the Bulldogs.
Well,
what you think about that series, Sammy?
You never know, till you get out there and put the uniforms on and play. But anything can happen. But it ought to be a good series either way.
I think the Panthers have a pitcher that could possibly give them an opportunity to steal at least one of those games.
You're right. Yeah. And it's just it's getting down toward the end of the season. It's going to depends on who's hot and who's not. So who's swinging the bat and who's pitching and who's playing good defense.
If I was the Panthers, I would pitch that young man at a home game on one of those in that 3-game series with the Bulldogs. Mm-hmm. I would pitch their ace at home. Let the crowd get behind that young man, maybe steal one of those 3 games.
That's right. Yep.
Back here we've got the Herons coming up. Now, just 2 nights ago we whipped them, but the JV whipped them 2 nights ago too, and then Brantley returned the favor a moment ago versus the JV, hitting a grand slam, 2 or 3 home runs during the game. I mean, their bats were on fire.
Right. Well, this is a really good Brantley team, and back when I was younger coming up, I kept Brantley a little bit, but the last several years I really kept up with them. They got some good ball players. They're coached really good, and they play good most of the time. Good fundamental baseball.
What do you look for out of the Tribe coming out here with our pitching staff with region games coming up on Monday?
Well, you probably Griffin Thomas will be starting today's game, so he'll be ready to go probably against maybe the West Nassau game. No region games next week, so you'll probably see some of the guys that haven't got much time on the mound during the season. So you'll probably see a lot of players in and out on the mound.
I know it's spring break next week, but if you've been anywhere near Indians baseball for the last 15 years, it's not spring break.
It's not. You can expect to be at the ball field 2, 3, sometimes 4 days during spring break, but that's just unfortunately, that's just the way the schedule falls sometimes.
It's been that way forever. And the GHSA, they're the ones that set the region schedule.
Yeah, and you look at 3 of the games next week. Did a Monday and Tuesday, one game Monday or doubleheader Monday and a game on Tuesday. Those are region games, so you can't really control them. That a West Nassau game, may not, but you can't control them. I mean, GSA makes them, and I'm assuming Coach Marshall and his staff makes the non-region games. But this time of the year, it's probably not good, even though there's a lot of things going on like prom and a bunch of different things. This time of the year, when you get down to the nitty-gritty and you're fighting for a playoff position in the playoffs, it's probably not a good idea to take too many days off to get your team,
That
a little rusty.
when the GHSA, when they do these schedules, they can't account for everybody's spring break because every single system around us, they do different weeks during spring break. It's not unified.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, everybody's just different. I mean, just luckily, just happened this year where next week Brantley and Charlton's, both of their spring breaks is next week, but a lot of times they're different. So you can't go, like I said, you can't depend on everybody's schedule.
They might could do something with it if the GHSA or Georgia high schools in general would all go on spring break at the same time. They might could plan things differently, but with everybody doing different schedules, that's almost impossible.
Well, the good thing about next week, it is spring break, but you got your 3 region games on Monday and Tuesday, so you basically got the rest of the week off other than the one game on Thursday. You don't have to play on Friday night this year. Next week, you don't play on Friday night, so you play Monday, Tuesday, you off Wednesday, and then play Thursday, and you got the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So that's, it's better than playing the doubleheader on Tuesday, a Wednesday or Thursday game, and then come back and playing a solo or doubleheader game on a Friday night. So.
All right. Are we getting ready for player introductions, or are we going straight to play? Can you hear the PA?
Introduction.
Player introductions. All right, y'all. Here's Dr. Howard. Oh, we're having a first pitch ceremony.
I'm not sure who that is up there in the booth. But that is Miss Kim Peters will come out and do the first pitch. There's the pitch, and it's right down the middle for a strike.
That's an inside strike, Sammy.
It is. So Miss Kim Peters with the ceremonial first pitch.
I'd like to remind everyone that the GHSA in this member
We've seen some Blues call that strike.
Yeah, you're right.
coaches and spectators
Oh, y'all, here's player introductions and the national anthem that's coming up.
profanity, degrading remarks, and intimidating actions directed at officials, competitors, or other spectators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the event site. Spectators are not allowed to enter the competition area prior to, during, or after the conclusion of the contest. Violators are subject to removal from the venue. Thank you for your cooperation in the promotion of good sportsmanship at today's event. Your lineup for Brantley County's day. Batting first is number 8, Cole,
Pastor Robbie Polk.
followed by Gavin
Player introductions.
Bradford. Batting third is Caden Hendricks. Fourth is Carson Koger. Followed by number 20, Jackson Rowell. Followed by 22, Eli Nielsen. Batting seventh is number 10, Brody Howell. Eighth will be number 11, Kent Thomas. Rounding out the batting order is number 2, Eli Thomas. And now introducing your 2025 Charlton County Indians. Batting first, center fielder, David Walters. Batting second, your pitcher, Griff Thomas. Batting third, shortstop, Ethan Crawford. Batting fourth, right fielder, Brantley Hill. Batting fifth, second baseman, Graham Harris. Batting sixth, left fielder, Jacob Thigpen. Seventh is Colton Beard, your first baseman. Batting eighth, third baseman, Brody Baker. And rounding out the batting order is Chase Roden, catcher. Now I ask if everyone please stand and gentlemen please remove your hats in honor of playing of the national anthem.
All right, that was player introductions and the national anthem with Pastor Robbie Polk. You're watching Indians baseball on CSM. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Georgia Zone Credit Union, our goal is to save you money. We'll help you level up your game with better rates, lower fees, and easy access to your funds. With 35 branches and a network of over 110,000 ATMs, we're never far away. Best of all, we support the people, places, and teams that make Georgia great. Stop by our local office at 3773 2nd Street South in Folkston. To learn more about Georgia Zone, visit georgiazone.org. Georgia Zone is federally insured by the NCUA.
Nothing is better when the heat is on than to come cool down at the Chill Zone. Come and let the Chill Zone be your favorite spot to grab a snow cone. It's our specialty with so many delicious flavors to choose from. And don't miss out. Check out the full menu, where you're sure to find something from our wide variety of selections to suit your cravings. And don't forget, the Chill Zone is mobile, so wherever you may find yourself with the need to keep your cool, just look for that bright yellow Chill Zone mobile and come cool down at the Chill Zone.
Charlton Electric, serving Charlton. Welcome back to Indian Field on Pork Chop Saturday. I'm Adam Bell along with Sammy Hendricks. Sammy, man, those pork chops were good, dude.
I ain't got into mine yet, but I will
You
here
got tore into
shortly.
yours
Not
yet?
yet, no.
Andy and Alan up there tearing it up on that grill. Y'all need to get up here and grab you a pork chop sandwich.
They do a
and
great
support
job.
the tribe.
Yep, they do a great job.
All right, here's Sammy Hendricks with the call. Sammy?
All right, leading off the first for the Herons will be number 8, Cole Thrift. He'll be followed by number 1, Gavin Gafford, and number 12, Caden Hendricks. Number 8, Griffin Thomas on the mound for the Indians. And his first pitch is shot over toward third by the third baseman, Brody Baker in the left field, and the leadoff single for Cole Thrift. There'll be an error over there at third, and that'll bring up number 1, Gavin Grafford. First pitch is a little bit high, 1-0.
Beautiful day out here for some ball,
It
ain't it?
is. It really
A little
is.
hot, but I'm not complaining.
1-0 pitch is called strike, 1-1. Finish out the lineup for the Herons, batting fourth, Carson Koger, followed by number 20, Jackson Rao, then number 22, Eli Nelson, batting seventh, Brody Howell. Give it a rest after this 1-1 pitch. Here it is. One going to hit over to the left side, and that's going to be knocked down. Throw to first, not in time. So, Baker was able to get over to it, knock it down, but ball rolled far enough away, nobody can make a play. So 2-on now here in the first.
After that 35-degree game, I'll take this heat.
Right. Finish that lineup, batting eighth, number 11, Kent Thomas, and batting ninth, Eli Thomas. Caden Hendricks got a plate now for the Herons. First pitch is swung on a miss, 0-1. Time called. Chase with a timeout behind the plate. He wants to come out and have a quick word with Griffin. On number 12, Caden Hendricks. 0-1 pitch is called strike, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is swung on a pop way in the air, short center field. David Walters in about 8 steps and makes the catch for out number 1.
No tag.
So 1 down. And that'll bring up number 25, Carson Koger. If you missed Thursday night's game between the Indians and the Herons, Indians went over to Brantley and came away with a 6-1 win. First pitch to Koger is ball low, and it goes all the way to the backstop, and both runners are going to move up. 3 to move over to third, and Crawford will move up to second. One and one. They're here in first baseman, Carson Koger. One pitch, swung on a miss. Good breaking ball from Griffin. 1-2. One-two pitch. Call strike 3. Got him looking. Good fastball from Griffin. Threw that slow breaking ball on strike 2, and then come back with a fastball for the strikeout. So 2 down. That'll bring up number 20, Jackson Rao. Rao's starting pitcher here this afternoon for the Herons. So runners at second, third now, 2 outs. First pitch is right down the middle, 0-1. 3th over at third, and Grafford at second. 0-1 pitch right at the middle.
Oh, nice catch.
Ethan catches it in the air for out number 3. So the Herons get 2 on, but they strand them at second and third. Go to the bottom of the first. Indians coming to the plate.
We'll be back right after this. Surrounding counties with over 20 years experience in both commercial and residential services. Our electricians can meet your needs. We offer installation on whole house generators, service upgrades for mobile home services, troubleshooting ceiling fan and light fixtures, and much more. Call us today for an estimate, 912-496-4528. Four Seasons Floral, located at 4415 2nd Street North in Folkestone, Georgia, has all of your floral needs covered, from Valentine's to birthdays and weddings to life celebrations, proms, special occasions, or just to say you love that someone special. We deliver as well. Call 912-496-7043 and we'll assist you with any floral need at Four Seasons Floral. Welcome back to Indian Field. Bottom of the first, no score. Sammy?
All right, for the Indians, leading off, beat number 3, David Walters, followed by Griffin Thomas, and then Ethan Crawford. So Walters, Thomas, and Crawford are first 3. The rest of the lineup, batting 4th, number 6, Nettles, batting 7th, Harris, batting 5th, Harris, batting 6th, Thigpen, batting 7th is Beard, batting 8th is Baker, and batting 9th is Chase Roden. On the mound for the Herons, number 20, Jackson Rowell. Defensively for the Herons, again, Rowell on the mound behind the plate, Eli Nelson at first base, Carson Koger at second base, Cole Thrift at shortstop, Gavin Grafford at third base, number 12, Caden Hendricks, in left field, number 10, Brody Howell, and center field, number 2, Eli Thomas, and in right field, number 11, Kent Thomas. Herons are coached by Coach Garrett Cox. Herons come into this game 5-19 overall and 5-7 in region play. Again, 5-19 and 5-7. Indians come in at 21-2 overall and 13-2 in region play. Leading off for the Indians, number 3, David Walters. First pitch, down low, 1-0. Pitches down low. Again, as Adam said during pregame, Indians come in basically in a 3-way tie with Lanier and Irwin. All three teams at 13-2. The Herons come in currently in 4th in D1 Region 1. 2-0 to Walters is called strike, low-call strike call. 2-1. Herons are in 4th place behind Jeff Davis, Fitzgerald, and Worth County. 2-1, down low, 3-1. Pitch is outside, ball 4.
Man on first, start off.
Lead off walk. And that's what you're supposed to do as a leadoff hitter, is to get on base any way you can. And that'll bring up number 8, Griffin Thomas. First pitch, runner going. Pitch is called a ball, throw down to second, and not in time. So stolen base for Walters.
One and 0.
He didn't give a sign, so I'm assuming it's 1-0. 1-0 to Griffin. He shows bunt, and bunt's a foul.
That breeze feels good.
It does. So 1-1 now on Griffin Thomas.
Boy, it's been nice at the campground this week under those oaks and this breeze all week. Man, it's been nice. It'll make you sorry. And I don't need any help in that department, Sammy.
Time called. Nelson wants to come out and have a quick word with Rowell.
If you ever want to just go camping and just chill out with not a whole lot going on, nice and quiet, Traders Hill's the place to do it.
Yeah, it's quiet out there. Yep.
Laid back, those breezes, man, through those big oaks, it's nice out there. Now they have 0-2 up there.
It's 1-1, I'm pretty sure.
1-1?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with Sammy on this one.
Throw it back to second.
Ooh,
Close
that was
play. And David Jess got back in there. Big lead by Walters to second. 1-1 pitch is low and outside. 2-1. Well, they got 1 and 2 on the scoreboard, but I believe it's 2-1. Pitch to Thomas. Swung on hitter to the right side. Thrift dove forward, but a bounce over his head. Walters around third. He'll go to the plate. Center fielder loses it. Now he picks it up, and Griffin Thomas will go into second. Indians will take a 1-0 lead here to bottom of the first. I thought for a minute Thrift may get to that ball. He dove for it, but as soon as he dove, I think took a bad hop, went right over his head, and rolled out into right center field.
Aaron's won a timeout. Infield grouping up a little bit. Our football team we stream for, they're on the road tonight. Headed up to Atlanta.
Up to Atlanta, yep.
You can watch them on Victory Plus at 6. Hopefully they'll have some offense tonight.
Hopefully so. Yeah, we got,
Hopefully.
Yep. They playing the expansion Atlanta team. Now batting for the Indians, number 1, Ethan Crawford. Throw back to second, and Griffin's back safe. And the ball gets thrown away for a minute, but not far enough for Griffin. Yep.
Yeah, you and I, we're not going to make Atlanta tonight.
Nope. We're not going there.
That's not going to happen. Unless we get a local pilot, Ryan Peoples. He has a plane. Maybe he flies up there. What do you think?
He can get us there in about an hour and 15 minutes, I think.
See if Ryan will hook us up.
Yeah. First pitch to Ethan is swung on a miss. 0-1. So the scoreboard, score up in the box gave an error to Thrift at second, but I'm keeping mine as a bad hop single. Crawford shows bunt, pulls back, and takes the ball down low. 1-1. One pitch, breaking ball in for a strike. 1-2. One-two pitch, a little high. 2-2.
2-2.
Two pitch. Swung on it high in the air to short center field. Thrift back about 20 feet on the grass and makes the catch for out number 1.
He did a good job recovering to make that catch. He stumbled twice on the way out there. He maintained his composure to make the grub.
So with one down, that'll bring up number 6, Brantley Nettles. Thomas at second now with one out. Throw back to second. The ball is going to short hop thrift and roll away, but not far enough for Griffin to advance to third. Good job by Cole just keeping that ball in his range so we can hustle and get to it. Throw back to second, not in time.
What do you have? I have 2 and 2.
1-0.
1 and 2.
1-0.
1 and 0.
Yeah. Pitch to Nettles is low. 2-0.
They burning tires back there again?
Probably so.
You have to have a permit for that.
Can't burn tires like that, yeah. 2-0 pitch is outside, 3-0.
That's something we probably shouldn't discuss on the air, huh? Is that what you're saying?
3-0 pitch is called strike. Low strike called there by the home plate umpire. 3-1. One down. Runner at second. 1 run in here in the bottom of the first for the Indians. 3-1 pitch is swung on and hit foul off to the right side. And 3-2 pitch, runner going. The pitch is high, and no throw to third. So Indians going to have runners at first and third now. So first and third with 1 out, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, number 7, Grant Harris. First pitch to Harris is outside. 1-0. Runner going. Pitch is bunted over to the left side.
Nice bunt.
Good bunt. Good play by Rowell on the mound. Was able to get to it and throw out Harris at first. And on the play, Nettles moves up to second. So second and third now for the Indians and 2 outs.
He needed that to go a little bit more down toward third, didn't he?
Yep. Good bunt, though.
I initially thought it was going to head that way, and it came straight back to the pitcher almost.
Jacob Thigpen at the plate now for the Indians. First pitch to him is high, 1-0. Inside. He kind of looked like it did, but must not have. 2-0.
Remember old Will Gowan? He used to lean into those pitches, and it'd hit him. He'd be standing on first. He didn't care.
Called strike, 2-1. Thigpen swings and misses, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. A little low, 3-2.
Excuse me, y'all.
3-2 pitch. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Got him swinging for out number 3. So the Indians slide their Herons into first, get 2 on, but they leave them stranded. Go to the top of the second and they score.
We'll be back right after this word from our sponsors. Please remember to shop local and tell them you saw it on CSN. Stetson Development Company is a proud supporter